morning to you all. DJ's Raw and Cut Truth. Give you the raw content that you deservedly need. Boy, I've been waiting to talk about this. Now, you guys know I'm a Texas native. Yeah, I'm happy for Baylor for winning the championship. Uh, Shout out to Waco, Texas. Man, they had a ball last night. The citizens of Waco was turned up. They were having a good time. Man, they probably still partying right now. A lot of folks must forgot it's the pandemic, man. They out here just having a good old time. But shout out to them. Baylor, the reason why they won, the reason why Baylor won, Baylor was more aggressive. Baylor wanted it more, and it's beyond that. Baylor was the more athletic team. They were the type of team that will out hustle you, out physical you, outsmart you at the same time. That's a dangerous team. That backcourt with Davion Mitchell, number 45, Maceo Teague, 31, and Jared Butler, 12, is lethal. In the NCAA, you always got to have good guard play. You got to have creators off the bounce who can create their own shots and assist their team at the same time. Those are the teams that usually win the NCAA tournament. Uh, Gonzaga, besides Suggs, they didn't have any other dogs. We know Suggs is a dog, but not too much of the other players. And Chris Burt, I know he's an NBA talent. He's a great player, number 24 for Gonzaga. But I don't think he showed up enough. The physicality of that game was beyond Gonzaga. I really feel bad for Mark Few because I believe Mark Few is a great coach. Mark Few is the future Hall of Famer. He's going to win a national championship sooner or later, but that game wasn't his game. But shout out to Mike Vartle. For championships to happen, you got to have glue guys that know their role. Mark Vital, he knew his role. He was the hustle guy. He played defense. He didn't worry about scoring. He didn't worry about being the head honcho of the team. He did his job, and it was effective. A lot of NBA players and teams could learn from a Mark Vital. Because I see so many teams, a la Hornets, that have players who try to do too much, uh, and they're just not that. When speaking of Hornets, you see the Hornets, they try to throw passes like LaMelo Ball, and it doesn't work. I mean, the shit doesn't work. But shout out to Baylor Scott Drew, well deserved. I remember people were saying Scott Drew couldn't coach, that he was a pathetic coach, that he couldn't even coach out of a paper bag. I heard it all. But he deserved that championship. I would have loved to seen Jawan Howard from Michigan get it, but I knew Michigan wasn't going to be in a championship game. They had a lot of injuries. Isaiah Livers didn't play in the tournament, so there was no way they were going to make it with Isaiah Livers out. Um, but the crazy thing about Baylor, even though they're going to be without Maceo T, Davion Mitchell, and Jared Butler because they're seniors, they get back Flo Thamba, who was really good. They also have Flagler coming back because he's a junior. And that's the three-point specialist they had on their team. Don't forget Matthew Mayer. Matthew Mayer has so much potential. Number 24 from Baylor. A 6'9" kid with guard skills, man. He's special. When he realizes his potential, he will definitely make the NBA, I guarantee it. Uh, and they got L.J. Cryer. L.J. Cryer, four-star kid from Houston, Katy area. Uh, He barely played this season, but you can tell he's going to have a bright future for Baylor. So Baylor next year is going to be loaded. Now Gonzaga. This is a player that they can get that can help them win the championship. Chet Holmgren. If you don't know who Chet Holmgren is, go on Google and type or YouTube and type Chet Holmgren, Chet Holmgren, and you'll see what I'm talking about. this brother is super athletic. And trust me, Gonzaga could have had uh, Gonzaga could have used Shed Holmgren because he's versatile. I know he's skinny, but he can run. But you look at Baylor's team, you look at Gonzaga's team. Baylor has the physique. They're built like football players, like strong, but they got basketball skills at the same time. Shout out to Polo Hood. He said Adam Fagler, the homie. I'm happy for him. Isn't he from Georgia? Yeah, answer that if you can, Polo. I heard Adam Fagler's from Georgia, but I know he went to Presbyterian. Actually, he was all conference at Presbyterian, but once he saw that his skill level was better than the conference, he transferred. And that was the smartest move that Flagler could do because next year Flagler could be the man and really do his thing. CWE says this shows defense win championships. Exactly. As long as you have guards who know how to score in spurts, defense does win championships. I don't care whoever's. Look at Villanova championships from the 4-year span this past few years. They won 2 championships, Villanova has, by playing defense and outgritting people. Shout out to Brett Law. Man, Brett Law, you always supporting all the videos, man. You appreciate it, my brother. Thoughts on Paul Pierce being fired from Old Media. Paul Pierce is winning, man. Paul Pierce is winning. Paul Pierce ain't worried about shit. He got deals all through the line. That's why Paul Pierce is smiling. They just want to hate on him, brother. I'm going to keep it 1,000% with y'all. If you have a name and have a game and you've been around celebrities, you've been around the league, you can make money. You can make money. Social media is growing so much, they don't need an ESPN or Fox Sports 1. They could do it their own self and build from that. Yeah, who needs all those programs, man? Them programs ain't doing shit, man. They ain't doing shit. Polo Hootie said, yeah, he went to my high school. Yeah, he from GA. Yeah, y'all get the like buttons up. Brett Law says, YouTube algorithm really effing with new media. Where is everyone? Yeah, I don't know, man. They're not sending out the links, bro. I got almost 4,000, bro. I got almost 4,000 organic followers, subs, and they never send out the link. They never do this, man. That doesn't make any sense with me at all. We got like barely 10 people. No, we got 12 now, people in the chat. But yeah, they like to do that type of stuff, man. It's all good, though. I ain't worried about it. But yeah, Baylor has did y'all know that Baylor is one of the few teams that not have a McDonald's All-American and win a championship? That's great coaching. No matter what you think of Scott Drew, that's elite coaching. And shout out to Jerome Tang, the assistant from Baylor, the brother who's been with Baylor since, 2018? You talking about somebody that's loyal. That dude is loyal. But he sees himself as a head coach as well. It's like a family atmosphere. Baylor has that. Baylor has that family, play for each other type of mentality, and that's why they won. Now, did y'all know that Baylor could have been undefeated? They had a 3-week COVID pause, and when they came back, Baylor was off their game. They lost to Kansas and they lost to Oklahoma State. So we could have had the first 2 undefeated teams in the national championship if it wasn't for that COVID pause. Joseph Modesto, yeah, you're right. He said Baylor has 3 to 4 NBA ready players. Yeah, Davion Mitchell could play on any team right now. Jared Butler definitely could fill in a role for a playoff team. If Jared Butler was with the Lakers, boy, that'll be a dream pick, because he could play with the ball, off the ball, and he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to steal the shine from players to get his points. That's truly inspiring to see Baylor share the ball, not only share the ball, but knowing that, hey, we all can eat. We don't need a stat pad. We don't need to um, take everyone's shine to play some good basketball. We don't have to do that. We could just play our game, play within the system, and everybody get a touch. That's the way the game should be played. Brett Law says Timmy is so overrated, lost a lot of draft stock. Timmy is a great player. I'm not gonna talk down on Timmy. He's from Texas. I know I'm kind of biased for mentioning that, but uh, I think Timmy will be fine. Timmy is young. He's a young player. He does have a little swagger to him, but Baylor was just too much of a grown man team, man. You got a bunch of 23, 22-year-olds on that team that's seen everything in their life, and they were ready for war. Like Mark Vital, he looked like baby Barkley last night, man. Mixed with a little Dennis Rodman. He looked like he's 6'5", and he out there out offensive rebounding people that's, 5 inches taller than him, 6 inches taller than him. Dogs win you championships, man. A wise coach once said, "You gotta have Jims and Joes to win to win rings, man. That's what you gotta do. You gotta have Jims and Joes. You can't just have the flashy players. You gotta have the ones that really, the rough riders, man. Look at if you paid attention to last night's game, Baylor was sending so many screens, man. It was crazy. The screens were spot on perfect. A-Man says, what's up? What's good, A-Man? Polo Hoodie said, overrated like most Gonzaga bigs at the next level. Sabonis is good. Sabonis got game from the Pacers. Shoot, I wish the Hornets would have had him. Brett Law says Garza will be a bust. I don't think Garza will be picked that high. I think Garza will be picked in the late first round, early second. He has some ability. He just can't be drafting him that high. He ain't, he's a veteran big, and his game is meant for college. But I wouldn't say a bust, but he just won't be a star or all-star, but he could be a good role player. It just depends what team he goes to. That's all that matters. Boy, y'all waking up early this morning, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. We almost at 20 people in the chat. A-Man says, you seen the ESPN 25 list. They listed Melo at number 3. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that today after this video. Saw Stephen A. overreacting. And you know what's funny? I don't know why Stephen A. overreacting. The list says growth potential. Growth potential. That's what the list says. Growth potential. It didn't say that LaMelo's better than Donovan Mitchell and all that stuff. It says growth potential. That means if LaMelo gets a growth spurt, which could happen, and grow out his game, then he could be number 3 on that list. That's why it said growth potential. These people don't read at all. ESPN, they claim they're so intelligent. They never read. That's that fake outrage I've been telling y'all about. This is much to do about nothing. Instead of being happy, y'all realize if it wasn't LaMelo, let's say if it's Trae Young, number 3 on that list, Stephen A. Smith wouldn't say anything. Or anybody else. If it was John Morant. But since it was a Ball brother is number 3 on the growth potential list, 25 and under list, he out there losing his mind, shucking and jiving on TV. I don't respect that. Shout out to the sister, Queen Royalty. She said new media. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. And I apologize to everybody. YouTube is not sending out the notifications. It's all good, though. We're going to make a good show. This has been a great show so far. They can't stop good content, I tell you that. Joseph Modesto says Stephen A. angry. For real, man. Dude always yelling for no reason. Yeah, Max ain't hating at all because Max know that brother got game, man. That's why you don't see him hating. Joseph Modesto says Max Kellerman said it perfectly. He's only 19 compared to 24 to 25-year-olds. Facts. Stop with the fake outrage, man. But back to Baylor and Gonzaga. That's how you build your teams. Baylor chose JUCO players. They chose hungry, uh, motivated transfers, and they had one four-star recruit. It's about players who buy in. Yes, get the five-star recruit. Even Gonzaga built their team well. I know they lost, but they built their team well too. Get a five-star point guard, Jalen Suggs, and surround them with shooters. That style with having Kentucky having five stars, like a starting lineup of five stars, that can only work if the pieces match. The reason why Kentucky won in 2012 is because not only because of AD, but what did Kentucky have on that roster? They had veteran players on that team that stepped up and did their role, and that's why John Calipari won that championship. Mix your five stars with veteran players, and you will get a ring. Shout out to King Common Sense was good with you, brother. He said since Melo's success, they have to implant NPA prospect because of Jalen Green goes top three. It's over for the NCAA far system. Yeah, Jalen Green. What I've seen from Jalen Green from the G League Unite team he was on, Jalen Green is top three. If Jalen Green is not top three, it's because of politics. That's just what I think. Polo Hoodie says, absolutely, DJ. I'm a Duke fan, and I hate how Coach K instructs his teams now. Yeah, that's Polo Hoodie. My father grew up a North Carolina Tar Heel fan, even though we're from Texas. Um, it's ironic because LaMelo plays for a team in Charlotte, which is in North Carolina. But we always knew that Duke had their best teams when they had veteran players that have been there for 4 years that understand Coach K's system. Now, Coach K won a ring with Jahlil Okafor and other one and dones, but it was different because they had Quinn Cook who was there. They had that Jefferson kid that was there for 4 years. They had a fifth-year senior on there to infuse with Jahlil Okafor and Tyus Jones. That's why they won that championship 14-15, year 14-15. That's why they won it. And Coach K, for him to win number 6, he has to go back to the drawing board and do that again. Now, he's got to convince some players, like, you know how Duke had a couple players who were not ready for the NBA. Now, you could go to the NBA if you're not ready or not. That's your choice. But, don't complain when you don't get drafted or something. You live and die by your choice. Coach K has to find a way to infuse the young talent with veterans. So what he needs to do is go on that transfer portal market, get him either Ivy League or one of those Atlantic 10 conference transfers who average double figures at least. It doesn't have to be 20. That fits their role. Get them. And once he does that, Coach K could win number 6. Now, this is coming from a Tar Heel fan myself. If it was my way, I wouldn't want Coach K winning another one, but I do respect Duke. And the Kentucky style formula that Duke has right now, that does not fit Duke at all. At all. He's got to switch it up. If I was a head coach, I will only get one 5-star. Of course, I will recruit other 5-stars. But for me, I'd rather have the 5-star point guard and build off that, and then dip in the transfer portal and get me some Rough Riders to team up with my 5-star guard. And we rolling trying to win a championship. See, that's the best way to win it. Look at Gonzaga. I know they didn't win it, but they almost did. They were in the championship, even though they got blown out. And look at Baylor. Look how they did it. That is the new way to win championships. Mixing only a few 5-stars. Look at Kentucky right now. They got another guard transferring. Devin Askew. And I told Kentucky fans, Devin Askew is not, he's not really the standard 5-star. He's not explosive. He's not like a Jalen Suggs. He may need some time to grow out his game. They didn't want to listen to me. They said, Coach Cal, know what he's doing. I said, this kid will probably transfer. Look what happened now to Askew. Askew yesterday has just put his name in the transfer portal. A lot of 5-stars don't pan out. That's just how it goes. You got to scout these players out, man. Shout out to Red Pill Alpha. He said defense wins championships. Baylor was the best defense team in the tournament. Yeah, they were the best defensive team in the tournament. Plus, they had go-to scorers. When they needed a big bucket, who was shooting it? Butler. Do you know that Jared Butler is valedictorian at Baylor, an educated school, a public school that's very well respected? That's hard to do. Polo Hoodie says, like the kid from UCLA, now he's balling. Yeah, Tuzang, number 3 from UCLA, went to Kentucky. It didn't work out. So he went to UCLA and went to a program that fit his game. Now look at UCLA. UCLA, I think Tuzang going to the draft because what he did in the tournament was dope. That's how you win championships. That's how you win championships, huh? That's how you do it. But yeah, these teams, the formula is there. They gotta be creative, man. Stop being lazy and scout these kids out. Stop doing 5-star, 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 and hoping they can win you a championship. That's just not how you do it. You gotta have chemistry, man. You gotta have veterans there. You gotta have adults in the room to tell kids, hey, man, I see you have talent, but we gotta do it this way as a team. Red Pill Alpha says, I was playing at a varsity tournament in Cali and I saw a modern day team. I was like, damn, they had the prime Bobo and a freshman Askew. Askew was surrounded by talent his whole career. And I'm not trying to bring up LaMelo Ball too much, but the reason why LaMelo Ball has became a star like he is now is in AU. Y'all remember LaMelo in AU. He never had the best teams. And LeVar did that on purpose because LeVar wanted LaMelo to not be dependent on other players so he can learn how to be a leader. It paid off. Askew, his problem was he always played with talented teams, so much so that it would be a surprise when they lose a game at a tournament. Shout out to 704 Bound Charlie. He said, what up, DJ? What's good, bro? He said Gonzaga always flops. Nah, they just need about 2 Rough Riders and two infuse with their skill players. They'll be all right. I'm not going to get on Gonzaga too tough. I'm not surprised, though. I watched Baylor this season because I watched Big 12 play, and Baylor could have been undefeated. Like I said, the COVID pause messed their whole season up. They lost 2 games. They could have went undefeated. Yeah, I saw you got Sam Darnold, man. Hey, Sam Darnold, I'm letting you know right now, Sam Darnold will look a lot better in Charlotte. Watch what I tell y'all. The Jets was the worst skilled talent, horrible offensive line. Adam Gase, I don't have to say anything more. Adam Gase was terrible. King Common Sense says Baylor has too many dogs, yeah. Boy, Mark Vital intimidated Gonzaga. They didn't want anything to do with Mark Vital. And he's 6'5". Mark Vital 6'5" and out there scaring people that's 7 foot and 6'11". Dude 6'5" doing this. Rap God Reloaded says Jalen Suggs is a truth. He's a star. I wouldn't say a star, but he got a good game. But I won't say a star. It's too early to tell. Red Pill Alpha says, what are the sleeper teams in the East? I got the Knicks and the Heat. I got the Heat. The Heat is a sleeper team. They're figuring out they're getting their legs back. You know, they just came from the bubble not too long ago, like 4 or 5 months ago? So they didn't really have an off season. Rap God says, I'm a Dolphins fan, and Adam Gase ruined Tannehill's career at Miami. Yeah, look at Tannehill now with the Titans. Night and day difference. This dude, Adam Gase, almost ruined Tannehill from ever playing in the NFL. And since the trade, Tannehill has rebounded his career. Wishbone 14 says, the game within the game. You need dogs to win a championship. Jalen was the only one who embodied that. Yeah, Jalen was the only dog on that team, bro. Jalen was the only dog on that team. He was the only dog on that team. And nobody else wanted to step up and assist him. Nobody. That's sad, man. Nobody wanted to step up but him. Rap God says Zach Wilson will be a Jet. Yeah, that's going to happen. But if the Jets fans think Zach Wilson's going to be their savior, I got another thing coming. They got another thing coming because until they fix their whole roster, they won't be going anywhere. And Rob Saleh, I think he's a good coach. He's taking on a bad situation. That's all that is. He's taking a bad situation. But if they think they're going to be special because of Zach Wilson, they got another thing coming. I bet you the Jets won't win more than 6 games. At most, I can see the Jets winning 6 because of defense. And Saleh could coach defense. Red Pill Alpha says colleges be sleeping on JUCO and 3D guys, D3 guys. I remember guarding 3-3 Hooper and open gym, and I got cooked. I was guarding full court, denying him the ball. You know, these coaches got to be creative, man. You could find a dog. You just got to scout them right. A lot of coaches are doing lazy scouting, just depending on ESPN and rivals to give them their rankings. And, okay, I'm going to offer. But I know this for sure because I know people in Texas that do the AAU scene. Baylor actually really scouts. Like Torian Prince is in the NBA, has a solid career in the NBA. Torian Prince was a 2-star in high school in San Antonio. Baylor scouted him in an AAU game when he played on a weak AAU team, and they were playing against a really talented, I think it was like Texas D1 Ambassadors or something. And I believe a Baylor scout was there, and they found him, and he put like 20-plus points and gave him a scholarship. See, that's scouting. That's why Baylor won that championship. They always been doing this. Sometimes you need luck, but scouting, true scouting, not this fake scout we got now. Oh, this kid's ranked here. Let's just give him an offer. No, does he fit your system? And I know somebody said they were a Duke fan. That's what Coach K needed to get back to. Coach K, his problem was he relied on the scouting systems and just give them a scholarship. Okay, they got good grades to get to Duke. They got their 5-star, give them a scholarship. No, he got to go back to scouting. If they don't fit Duke, don't give them a scholarship. And I'm not even a Duke fan, but y'all got to admit that's the truth. 704 Charlotte says, Jets have 21 picks over the next 2 years. They better choose right players. Yeah, they better. They better do it. That is the only way they can rebound. But that AFC East is tough. That AFC East is no joke. Hey, we got 20-plus people in the chat, man. Hit the like button if you haven't. Red Pill Alpha says Javon Carter wasn't heavily recruited out of high school. He got an offer for guard and half court the whole game. Yeah, Javon Carter, same reason. Scouting. West Virginia, Bob Huggins. Now, Bob Huggins haven't won a national championship, but he knows how to build a program from nothing. Wishbone 14 says Baylor punched them in the mouth. Those boys were shook. Yeah. They're going to have nightmares about that game. Jermaine Life Gaming 2 says Ronnie Jackson should have played, bruh. That's why they lost. 704 Bound says, my Tar Heels hired Hubert Davis as our new head coach. Glad we got a chance. Hey, 704, don't you know I'm a Tar Heel fan? Like, really, I'm a Tar Heel fan. I said on the show, my father was a Tar Heel fan as a kid. His favorite player, he used to tell me, was Phil Ford. I don't know if you know who Phil Ford is, but he was like that throwback, dynamic point guard back in the day. He used to tell me all about him. That's why our family is Tar Heel fans. That's how ironic, because I cheer for LaMelo, and he plays in a team in North Carolina, what makes it all ironic. But yeah, that's a great hire. Davis is a great man. I think he's going to have the Juwan Howard effect. Now, he got to hire the right assistants. I'm sure he's going to inherit the assistants, the same ones that Roy Williams had. But yeah, 704 says, oh, wow, I didn't even know that. Yeah, I'm a Tar Heel fan. He said, of course, I know Phil Ford. Yeah, Phil Ford was that dude back in the day. Jalen Suggs impressed me, which is strange based on the result. Well, Suggs showed heart. It's just that Baylor had more dogs, and Gonzaga only had one with Suggs. That's about it. But you know what's crazy? Every Suggs, if your last name is Suggs and you're from Minnesota, you know you're a dog. He's second cousins with Terrell Suggs. Like, for real. TB said, bro, you root for all front-running teams. No, I don't. No, I don't. You got to remember, my father grew up in Houston, didn't live in Kansas when he was young. So when he was young, what did you see on TV? You saw the Lakers on tape delay, which he did. He saw the Cowboys on tape delay. He saw ABC Sports, and they would either show North Carolina and Duke and those teams. So those are the teams that you'll see. And that's why ever since I was young, my father was a fan of the Lakers because of, Kareem and Magic. Fan of the Tar Heels, Dean Smith years with Phil Ford. Fan of the Cowboys because we're from Texas. And then Oklahoma, Barry Switzer fan, man, went to their camp when he was young. So it has meaning. It's not like just being a fan just because it just, I've been a fan of those teams my whole life. My whole life, we've been fans of those teams. Thunder said Baylor got shooters. Yeah, Baylor do got shooters. How many of you understand where I'm coming from? Like, if your father or mother were raised around watching those teams, you become a fan because your parents were fans of them. That usually happens. Rap Guy says Terrell Suggs is underrated. Yes, he is. TB said Suggs have an athletic reputation in Minneapolis. Oh, yeah, truly. Rap Guy said overstay. I'm glad y'all understand where I'm coming from, man. That's why I'm a Laker fan, and y'all see me, oh, you root for the Tar Heels? And then it has a meaning to it. My father was a young man, and he was like a teenager, and he saw Michael Jordan hit that game-winning shot. That was memorable. When he saw a rookie, Magic Johnson, give the game-winning assist to Kareem for the sky hook on Magic's first game, that means something. Rap guy says my father is a Heat fan. Favorite players or Alonzo Mourning. Yeah, you're fans of what your parents are fans of. That happens all the time. But yeah, man, I'm about to roll. Like, share, subscribe to the video. Peace and blessings, man. Y'all share the content. Y'all have a good day. Shout out to Baylor. Shout out to Texas, the state of Texas. They turned up right now. And Gonzaga, just keep your head up. Don't worry about it. You ran into a team that was just that real deal, man. There's nothing to hang your heads on. Jalen Suggs, keep your head up, man. You're a promising player. And Mark Few, you're a great coach. And Mark Few will win at least. He'll win a championship. I think. I think it within 5 years he'll win a championship. Bank on it. So peace out. Y'all know what it is. New media, nation united. You know what it is. Peace.